Welcome to an exploration of one of Africa's most profound and enduring spiritual forces. A deity whose worship predates written history, yet continues to shape the lives of millions today. I'm your guide on this journey into understanding a goddess who is not distant in some heavenly realm, but immediately present in every handful of soil, every sprouting seed, every grave, and every sacred oath. Asaase Yaa, the sacred earth goddess of the Akan. The red soil beneath your feet pulses with life. A heartbeat older than memory, stronger than iron, more patient than stone. To the Akan people of West Africa, this is not merely earth. This is the body of a goddess who cradles humanity in her embrace, who feeds us with her bounty, and who ultimately welcomes us back into her depths when our journey ends. Her name is Asaase Yaa, Thursday's earth, mother of life, keeper of the dead, guardian of truth. Welcome to an exploration of one of Africa's most profound and enduring spiritual forces, a deity whose worship predates written history, yet continues to shape the lives of millions today. I'm your guide on this journey into understanding a goddess who is not distant in some heavenly realm, but immediately present in every handful of soil, every sprouting seed, every grave, and every sacred oath. In a world increasingly disconnected from the earth that sustains us, Asaase Yaa offers wisdom that transcends cultural boundaries, reminding us that we belong to the land, not the other way around. Join me as we uncover the stories, rituals, and living traditions surrounding this ancient goddess whose domain is quite literally beneath our feet. The cosmic position of Asaase Yaa. In the complex spiritual cosmology of the Akan people, whose ethnic groups include the Ashanti, Fante, Akwapem, and others across Ghana and parts of Côte d'Ivoire, Asaase Yaa occupies a position of fundamental importance. At the pinnacle of Akan spirituality sits Nyame, the supreme creator god, associated with the sky, rain, and ultimate divine power. Directly beneath Nyame in cosmic hierarchy stands Asaase Yaa, his divine counterpart and complement. While Nyame represents the masculine principle and heavenly authority, Asaase Yaa embodies the feminine principle and earthly nurture. Together, they form the primordial divine partnership that created and sustains all existence. If Nyame is the father of creation, Asaase Yaa is undoubtedly its mother. The Akan view these deities not as abstractions, but as actual beings with whom humans can and must maintain relationships. While Nyame might seem distant in his heavenly abode, Asaase Yaa is immediately accessible, present in the very ground we walk upon. Her name itself reveals much about her nature. Asaase means earth or land in Twi, the predominant Akan language. Yaa indicates she is female and connected to Thursday in the traditional Akan week. Indeed, Thursday is her sacred day, when certain activities, particularly farming, are traditionally prohibited to allow her to rest. The domains and attributes of Asaase Yaa. Unlike deities in some pantheons, with narrowly defined portfolios, Asaase Yaa's influence extends across multiple crucial domains of life. Understanding her complete nature requires exploring each of these aspects. First and foremost, Asaase Yaa is the goddess of fertility, both of the land and by extension of human reproduction. She transforms seeds into crops, making agriculture possible. Her body provides the nutrients that feed humanity, and her seasonal rhythms determine planting and harvesting times. Before clearing land for farming, traditional Akan farmers pour libations to Asaase Yaa, requesting permission to cultivate her body and promising responsible stewardship. The first fruits of every harvest are traditionally offered to her in gratitude. These practices acknowledge that humans do not own the land, but merely borrow its productive capacity from the goddess who embodies it. Agricultural success or failure is often interpreted as Asaase Yaa's response to human behavior. Droughts and crop failures might indicate her displeasure with moral transgressions or neglected rituals, while abundant harvests suggest her satisfaction with a community's spiritual and ethical conduct. Perhaps surprisingly to those unfamiliar with Akan spirituality, Asaase Yaa is simultaneously a goddess of life and death. As the earth receives the dead into its embrace, burial is understood as returning to the goddess who first gave life. The grave is quite literally the bosom of Asaase Yaa. Before any burial, libations are poured and prayers offered to the goddess, requesting that she receive the deceased kindly. The traditional Akan funeral includes the ritual of breaking the earth, breaking the ground for a grave, which must be performed with proper spiritual protocols to ensure Asaase Yaa's cooperation. This connection to death extends to ancestral veneration. The ancestors, in Samanfo, are believed to dwell partly in the realm of Asaase Yaa, making her an intermediary between the living and their departed family members. To connect with ancestors, one must first establish a proper relationship with the earth goddess who houses them. Truth, justice, and oaths. One of Asaase Yaa most significant functions in traditional Akan society is as guardian of truth and enforcer of oaths. The most solemn vows are sworn upon her name, with severe consequences believed to befall those who violate such oaths. The traditional oath-taking ritual involves touching the earth while speaking the vow, physically connecting with the goddess who witnesses and guarantees the pledge. The common expression, "If I lie, may Asaase Yaa kill me," demonstrates the gravity attached to invoking her in matters of truth. This aspect of the goddess served crucial social and legal functions in traditional governance. In disputes where evidence was limited, oaths sworn on Asaase Yaa often determined outcomes, as few would risk the divine consequences of false testimony. Even today, in areas where traditional practices remain strong, such oaths carry significant weight. Boundaries and territory. As the embodiment of land itself, Asaase Yaa naturally governs territorial boundaries. Traditional land disputes often involve ritual appeals to her as the ultimate authority on rightful ownership. Border markers and boundary stones frequently double as small shrines to the goddess. This domain extends to national identity, with Asaase Yaa conceptualized as the specific embodiment of the homeland. Akan communities historically viewed their territory not just as geographical space, but as the living body of a goddess uniquely connected to their people, though she extends beyond any single ethnicity to encompass all land everywhere. Rituals and worship practices. The veneration of Asaase Yaa involves diverse rituals integrated into everyday life rather than confined to formal religious settings. These practices reveal much about how the Akan conceptualize their relationship with the earth goddess. Libations and offerings. The most common ritual honoring Asaase Yaa is the pouring of libations, a practice where drink, traditionally palm wine, schnapps, or water, is poured onto the ground while prayers or invocations are spoken. This simple yet profound act acknowledges the goddess's presence and maintains a reciprocal relationship with her. Before drinking alcohol in traditional settings, Akan people often pour a few drops onto the earth, a small offering acknowledging the source of all sustenance. This practice exemplifies how spiritual observance is woven into everyday gestures, rather than reserved for special occasions. Beyond libations, offerings to Asaase Yaa typically include eggs, symbolizing fertility and potential, yams, representing agricultural bounty, and occasionally animal sacrifices during more significant ceremonies. These offerings are usually placed directly on the ground or in small depressions dug specifically for this purpose. Agricultural ceremonies. The agricultural cycle features several ceremonies honoring Asaase Yaa. The Asaase Yaa festival, celebrated every sixth Sunday in the traditional Akan calendar, includes elements honoring the earth goddess alongside ancestral veneration and royal ceremony. During this celebration, offerings are made to Asaase Yaa to ensure continued agricultural prosperity. Before clearing virgin land, a ceremony called Asaase Yaa is performed, literally purchasing the land from the goddess through ritual offerings. This acknowledges that humans cannot truly own land, but must negotiate its use with its divine embodiment. Harvest festivals like the Yam Festival feature prominent rituals thanking Asaase Yaa for the year's bounty. The first harvested crops are ceremonially presented to her before the community partakes. Thursday observances. As mentioned earlier, Thursday, Yawoada, is Asaase Yaa's sacred day when traditional prohibitions apply. Farming activities, particularly digging or tilling, are avoided to allow the goddess to rest. In some communities, this prohibition extends to burial, as digging graves would disturb her. Women born on Thursday are most often named Yaa in her honor, and may observe special prayers or offerings to their divine namesake throughout their lives. Special Thursday rituals at her shrines might include more elaborate offerings, communal prayers, and consultations with traditional priests or priestesses who serve her. Earth shrines. Unlike some deities requiring elaborate temples, Asaase Yaa shrines tend to be simple and integrated into the natural landscape. Some communities maintain designated earth shrines, Asaase Yaa, marked by specially planted trees, unusual stone formations, or simple structural elements like low walls or clay pots partially buried in the ground. Certain unusually colored soil deposits, particularly white or red clay, are sometimes identified as especially potent manifestations of the goddess and become natural shrine locations.